Well, I think that it's basically the reason. I mean, what's happening now and what we'll be witnessing when it comes to Russian-American relations is the reason of the decision made by India and China. I mean, there would be probably no meeting between Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin, and no such relations if China and India, as well as perhaps also Brazil and some other big oil and gas importers would agree and would, let's say, bow under the pressure of United States and resign or cancel all the contracts with the Russian Federation, yes? It would be, of course, detrimental for their economies, but there was a huge pressure, as you remember, of the neoconservatives, American US neoconservatives, with Lindsey Graham and other Republican, basically Republican senators in United States. There was a huge pressure from hawkish lobby in United States to, let's say, make India, China, and some other countries on their knees when it comes to oil and gas imports from Russia. After very, let's say, pragmatic decisions made by Beijing and New Delhi, we can say that the United States learned that they have no other choice as to start these bilateral negotiations. Yes? So it's a kind of paradox, because on the one hand, as we told, we have the world based on chaotic bilateral relations. On the other hand, some of the countries of the global south, let's say, or of the non-Western world, yes, decide to help each other, but not because of their particular love for their alliances, their allies from the non-Western world, but due to pragmatic reasons. Yes, so due to pragmatic reasons, we have the decisions made by India and China. This is very important. And when it comes to main arrangements which could be made in the framework of bilateral decisions, well, I think that in the future we'll have new fields, new areas of international competition. And I basically think after my colleagues talked about that, I basically think that the relations between US and Russia will be kind of multi-level relations concerning different fields. Let's not focus on Ukraine. I think that the summit takes place in Alaska, very far from Europe, very far from Ukraine, because they want to discuss other matters as well. Absolutely. Basically, it's also symbolic that the summit as such takes place in Alaska, because it opens a new debate in bilateral American-Russian relations about the Arctic region. This might be the most important issue, by the way, in the coming future, yes? Along with issues like artificial intelligence and let's say, international regulations when it comes to international artificial intelligence, and about the space, yes? Actually, the space and the regulation of the space is also a topic for discussion between US and Russia, as far as we know, and even of some kinds of cooperation, even now, between NASA and Roscosmos. So we have completely different fields to be regulated within this bilateral framework. But on the other hand, and this is the second chapter of the development of current international relations, I think that sooner or later, when it comes to some of those fields, of those new fields that should be regulated, we will have to come to a kind of multilateral, multipolar, big power, huge power orchestra, and to make some common arrangements, to include the arrangements which are now going to be made by Russia and US some other major players like China, India, Brazil, South Africa, and even more emerging powers in contemporary multipolar world. Multipolar world is so interesting because it won't finish on 5 or 6 superpowers. I guess that the multipolar world is about perhaps dozens of regional powers shaping their neighborhoods. Yes, so this future world anyway will start to shape only after there are some bilateral big agreements like the one we expect from United States and Russia. Nevertheless, we cannot be sure what will happen. So let's wait those few hours or few days to learn what was the real result of this first summit between Moscow and Washington since many years. Yeah.